out, Katie appeared, and today for you, I am going to be doing a sort of reaction video for you. But this reaction will be on my old Voltron theories. Yes, so back in like a few months ago, I guess, I used to do a lot of Voltron content. Like, Voltron basically just kind of took over my channel, and like especially obviously when it was in its like when the seasons were coming out and stuff. But honestly, I don't think I've done a Voltron video in quite a while. Well, I mean, I did do the top 10 like episodes of Voltron, but that's about it. So yeah, so I kind of wanted to go back on those videos and, you know, maybe talk about it, especially since they are theories that I had, so it'd be interesting again to see if I was right, what I got wrong, or blah blah blah, all that shiitake, because yeah, again, they were theory videos, so, you know, there's gonna be times where you could be right or could be wrong. So yeah, I'm gonna watch them on my phone here. I did like 4 videos that were Voltron theories, and the first one that I have here is this is the first Voltron theory I ever did, which according to this I did back on the 2nd of August in 2017. So this was 2 years ago. So this will be interesting. And the theory that I have here, it's called Voltron Theory, Who is she? And is she related to Keith? Now, if you've been in the Voltron fandom, you may know who I'm talking about. This was at the point where everyone was thinking that this random, like, alien person that we see, I think this is when we only saw a screenshot of her, so we didn't really see much else of her, that everyone was like, oh my god, she looks like Keith. Could they be related? Some said it could be his mom, some people said it could be his sister, etc., etc. But then we learned that they had no relation to each other whatsoever. I mean, again, spoilers for those people who have not finished Voltron. But yeah, so we found out obviously she is not related, and she kind of became pointless at one point. Like, there was that whole scene they had together, and then it was like, no. Like, I actually have another theory that actually originally she was going to be a love interest for Keith, but then, of course, since everybody was saying they may be related, they didn't want to put them in a couple because everyone thought they were related, or just all the other fandom stuff that happened. Because, my god, if you were not there for when the fandom would go crazy at, like, the producers and stuff, it was a scary time. But we're not here to talk about that. But here, I'm just going to be reacting to this video. Alright, let's go. Ah, yes. My old intro. I mean, it's still a pretty good intro. And of course, this would have been back way before I had the mascot that I have now, which was obviously that I got commissioned by an artist. Their link is down in the description if you want to check out that artist. But yeah, this was back in the day when I just used like pictures of Glaceon and just Photoshop different like emotions onto it. So yeah, let's see how this is. What are you, Katie? MatPat? I think, yeah. I thought I was being clever. I clearly wasn't.
Pretty much. Season 3 of Voltron the Legendary Defender is just a few days away, and I'm getting so hyped for it.
Oh, you poor, naive girl. I mean, Season 3 was good, don't get me wrong. Season 3 was good. It's just, I miss the times when I got so excited about Voltron seasons.
So that I have decided to make Voltron Week for both videos for this week about Voltron.
Oh my god, seriously, did I do this? I did a Voltron week? I did a Voltron week, guys. I did not realize I did a Voltron week. Actually, wait, was this back when I used to do 2 videos, like, a week? Because that would make more sense. Yeah, that's strange. Uh, wow, now obviously I only do one video per week, but yikes. Why did I decide to do a Voltron week? Oh yes, because I was Voltron trash.
If you are not that far into the show, then probably should watch this until we finish season 2.
Now, probably best not to watch this video if not finish season 8, because I will probably spoil the whole thing. But yeah, I was always careful about spoilers, which I tend to be trying to be good at.
Because I'm about to spoil a lot of things. That seemed to caught a lot of people's attention. And this is this half-car right here. And for good reasons. One being that she must be the Gara soldier that he saved back in season 2, episode 9. As her armor does look like a strapped to the weapon.
Oh yeah, I remember, like, obviously that's how people figured out that's who she was, but I remember a lot of people thinking that that person in the pod was actually Lotor, but then when you actually look at, like, Axia's armor and then Lotor's armor, so, like, I remember there was a big debate on whose armor that was, but then it was like, nah, it was Axia and it wasn't Lotor's. Like, Keith didn't save Lotor.
Now, I know I'm not the only one who thinks this, but
Everyone and their mother, pretty much, was thinking of this theory.
so I have seen a lot of people say this could have been his mom, which I do understand. They do kind of look like each other. The eyes, the face shape, and eyebrows. I only have one problem when it comes to this theory, is that doesn't she look a little young to be his mom? I mean, I don't really know how aging works with Gara and other aliens. I mean, I'm no Gara experts or how exactly alien aging works in the show.
Is anyone really a Galra expert in this? Yeah. Again, of course, that was another big debate whether Axia was Keith's mom or sister. Or I think so aunt was thrown in there at one point as well. So, yeah. But I was very in the belief that definitely not the mom. Because even though, like, Crowley, I definitely, at least, you know, I'm like, yeah, I can see her being a mom. But, yeah, not Axia.
Really know, even if a few years later crashes on Earth one day on a mission, his dad gets really close and, well, I don't think I need to tell you what happens.
What's with that face? 2 years ago, Katie, why? Why did you Photoshop this face? Like, girl, what? I'm going to gather that I was editing this at a really late time because that's when I seem to do a lot of weird edits. But, yeah.
Have a few features that do look human, and she does look around about his age. Of course, we don't really know his real age. All we know that is he's in his late.
Ah, yes. Okay, so obviously I made this theory before, like, you know, the official book thing came out to tell us everybody's age. And now we know for a fact that at least in this bit from season 3, Keith was at least around 18 years old. But now that I also think about it, Axia kind of maybe looked a little older, so really, yeah, no, the twin theory I don't think would have worked. Yeah, the half-sister theory probably would have worked a little bit more, but yeah. So, yeah.
So about 17 or 18.
Hey, I got it.
That's what ages I think.
Hey, I at least got that he was around maybe 17, 18. Ha! I don't know why I did that.
I didn't. I think her being his sister would be very interesting to see. Just seeing them fighting, only to realize that they're related. That could open up other storylines with them.
And yet, that didn't happen, did it? Because, yeah. I think, again, that was one of my problems with Voltron, was there was set, like, opportunities they could do, but then they were like, oh, no.
People may not trust Voltron anymore because pretty much as we see, he's going to be the new leader. So they might question why Voltron has Gara as the leader. Like he did.
Yeah. Again, another thing that I feel like they could have gone with, but they didn't, was, again, yes, the fact that Keith was half Galra. But one of these things is, like, we hardly saw a lot of other people's reactions to it. Like, obviously, yeah, we know what Alora's reaction to it was, and yeah, it was not great. They could have handled that a little better. Hunk, that's a touchy subject. But we didn't see everybody else's reactions to Keith being Galra. So again, it would have been interesting to see, like, people finding out that Keith is half Galra and is now the leader of Voltron, because we know how they, because the universe, you know, a lot of people in the universe still believe that all Galra were bad, because remember how, like, in the Blade, like, when the Blade would come and help, like, even though they were really good Galra and, you know, were helping out, there were still people like, I don't know if I trust you because you're Galra. And again, it would have been interesting to see people's reactions to Keith being Galra and being the leader of Voltron, since, again, there was a Galra who obviously was the leader of the Black Lion many, many years ago, obviously, and all that went to Shiitake. So, you know, there might be people out there who'd be like, I don't know how I feel about having another Galra as a leader. Also, like, we never really got, like, Shiro's reaction to the whole thing either. Like, or, like, anybody else on the team's reaction to Keith being Galra. Like, we didn't hear Pidge's reaction, we didn't hear Lance's reaction, not even Shiro's, not really Karan's, only really Alora and Hunk, which I found really weird. Like, I feel like we should have at least seen everybody's reaction to it, because again, it's a big thing. Like, I feel like they didn't really go quite deep into the fact that Keith was Galra. But yeah, I could rant about this all day, but continue with the video.
Remember to like and subscribe for more videos. So again, goodbye.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, my god, just hearing me talk about stuff like that, like, a lot of the stuff I said, like, actually, I would have really liked if they actually put through it. I'm not just saying that just because, obviously, it's what I said, but it would have been a lot more interesting of what we actually got. But that's just me. But yeah, alright. So yeah, but again, I do have an actual other theory that originally I think Axia was going to be Keith's love interest. Like, I think that's what they were going for, but then they saw that the like fandom like were really on about them being like siblings, and also the fact that, you know, if Keith ended up with a girl, then y'all know the Voltron fandom would have rioted, so obviously they didn't want to bring out more drama than they already had. So yeah. That's what I think. I think that whole point of them meeting and stuff was because she originally was meant to be a love interest, but then they saw the reactions, how people felt about Keith having a female love interest. So yeah, so that's probably why that didn't happen. Alright, so the next Voltron theory video is, again, Voltron theory, the Saint Shiro. Now, again, if you, like, have been in the Voltron fandom when all this was happening, everybody and their freaking mothers were theorizing that obviously this wasn't Shiro and that he was a clone. But now that I really think about it, it was really not that hard to figure out. Like, I don't know why it took so long for them to reveal it, but okay. But yeah, anyways, let's start with the video.
You're not Space Dad. Who the hell are you?
I thought that was forced. Katie, that was really forced. Oof, boy, yikes. I thought I was trying to be funny, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, pass, Katie. What are we gonna do with you? Actually, hold on. I didn't see when I actually uploaded this. Alright, I uploaded this 16th of August in 2017. So again, this was 2 years ago. I got about 10 likes on this video and 1 dislike. About 267 views. Oh, but I forgot to say, I think my Axia one did quite well. It had like nearly, I think, 1K views, I think. Actually, hold on, let me check real quick. How many views did I have on that one? Oh, like 3.1k views. Pretty good, pretty good.
I would say not to watch this video until you do, because I'm about to spoil a lot of things. Now, I think I can speak for the whole fandom when I say this ain't Shiro. There is no way that this man right here is our Shiro. He's not Space Dad, and let me tell you why. I'm about to go all Sherlock Holmes up in here, so here we go. Now,
I can't believe this. Like, it was so obvious that the fact that Shiro was a clone and it wasn't him, just because of, like, we felt like actual detectives. Like, I felt like, that's how I felt. I don't know how about everybody else felt about this theory. Like, I felt like I was freaking Sherlock Holmes cracking a case, even though it was so obvious. But anyways, let's go into it.
when Shiro got out of the ship, we saw the Skara say that Operation Crow, Stage 3 is underway. Crone, I think I'm pronouncing this right. Crone is Japanese for clone, which I found interesting that they use a Japanese word since Shiro is Japanese. Okay, so that I don't have to keep saying.
Okay. So, there's one thing that kind of now bothers me. Like, the fact that, because it was so easy to figure out if you obviously, because I think it was basically someone saw Corona in the subtitles and they obviously typed it in on Google Translate and it came up as clone. And of course, again, it was Japanese, which obviously we learned that Shiro himself is Japanese. One thing I don't quite understand is how did the Galra get this word? Because again, it's a Japanese word from Earth, but yet they still used it. I don't know if it was like somehow they had access to like Shiro's memories or something, like obviously when they first captured him or something, like so they can learn something, and they looked through they looked at saying, oh, this human has another language that he speaks, and then they like found the word crone in his like memories. I don't know how they figured this out. That's one of these things that I grabbed. Again, we felt like such detectives being like, oh, crone means clone. It's like, why did we think this? Why did we think I don't know why there was a big argument over what Shiro was when it was kind of obvious, but that's besides the point.
I think the Shiro that we saw was another clone. Because I'm going to guess that cloning isn't the easiest thing to do. So maybe there were other clones that were put down as failures.
Girl, we find out that there was a lot of clones. Like so many clones. Like so many clones that everyone could have their own personal Shiro kind of thing. Because yikes, there were a lot of clones. So I mean, hey, I was not wrong about that. There was a lot of failed attempts and a lot of clones happening. So yeah.
And also, Crone's escape was way too easy. Yeah, they shot at him and all that, but they didn't really go after him. They could clearly see where he's heading, but they don't go after him. Suspicious much? No? Now, Crone does seem to have all of Shiro's memories. So Crone does believe that he is Shiro. There's no doubt about it. And I think that has got to do a lot with Shiro's robot arm that he has. It is Gara tech after all, and it could have been done with his memories. Because I think this could have been a plan that Hagar had for a very, very long time.
Okay, alright. Okay, now I kind of think about it, because after all the stuff that we know now about Corone, is exactly how did they get Shiro's memories? Like everything, because at that point he still had the memories of obviously being the Black Paladin, being there, like, it would have made sense if they had something there, but then of course we learned that Shiro died in Season 2. Like, the real Shiro died and ended up going into black. So, because at first, like, oh, it makes sense if they had the robot arm and maybe that's somehow linked to his memories. But now I'm like, but they never had Shiro. So, how did Corone have Shiro's memories if the Galra didn't have Shiro to begin with? Like, at least the memories up to, you know, when he goes back out to space. So obviously when they found Voltron. So I'm confused. I mean, unless, can clones, like, I don't know the science, but I'm probably thinking way too much into this. Maybe clones would just automatically have, like, the DNA. Well, again, I'm still confused, because again, like, most likely they probably got the DNA from, like, Shiro's arm that probably got cut off at some point, but we never found out exactly how his arm got cut off. But, yeah. So it's like, but yeah, I'm thinking way too much about this. Like, I still don't know how he would have gotten those memories if, like, they didn't have the real Shiro to begin with, so they didn't have the, you know, robot arm to, like, I don't know, download his memories or something. Like, I'm not sure exactly how the cloning works. Like, I don't know if maybe the clones themselves would just know. But again, if it's from, if it's from DNA from what they had before when they first captured Shiro, wouldn't his memories just be up to the point where before he came the Black Paladin? I don't know, I'm thinking way too much into this. That's something that still confuses me to this day, exactly how Crone got Shiro's memories. But anyways.
So the Black Lion didn't want to get Shiro out of danger that he was in in last episode season 2. But then Corone said that why would the Black Lion send him into more danger being with the Gara? And yeah, that is a good question. Black wouldn't send Shiro somewhere more dangerous. It makes
No, but she let him die. Like, yeah, that's the whole thing again. Like, if, you know, if, like, Black's power, it was meant to be, like, teleportation or something. Unless that wasn't exactly the power, but, or I don't know, but yeah. It's like, really, like, Black wouldn't have tried to save Shiro? No? Okay. But yeah, no, she let him die.
no sense at all. We saw that Black Lion and Shiro's bond is a lot stronger now, so it wouldn't make any sense.
And yet, she couldn't save him from being killed. I know, obviously, his essence went into her, but my god.
So I think the real Shiro is with Matt right now. As we all know, Matt is
Oh yes, this screenshot. That didn't, like, I think this screenshot might have been at, like, was actually their season 6. Like, this happened in season 6, if I remember correctly. It was either no, I think it was maybe season 5. Yeah, I think it was season 5, and this was when we had season 3. So they were, like, way ahead into, like, the future when it came to writing this stuff. So, yeah. Uh-huh.
Freedom Fighters room, so we know that Matt is safe. Shiro and Matt are good friends from what we have seen, and so Black knows.
And yet they hardly ever really interacted, even though they were kind of mentioned to be good friends. They went on a mission together, so yeah. Like, even when real Shiro was about, they hardly interacted, which was weird.
Knows that Shiro would be safe there with Matt. Another point is that Black wouldn't let Crone pilot her at all, because she knows that isn't Shiro. She can sense that it's not him, so it makes a lot of sense on why that happened.
And yet she let him pilot her, like, the next season after. Like, ugh.
Point that I'd like to state. I also have a theory on how I think the real Shiro will be found, but I'll leave that for another video. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this? Tell me down below in the comments, and remember to like and subscribe for more geeky videos. Until we meet again, goodbye!
Okay, yeah, alright. I think mostly, like, this was, like, one of the most popular theories at the time. Like, Clone Shiro and stuff. And I know there was arguments saying that actually, no, he could be a sleeper agent. Or, like, it was Shiro, but he was being mind controlled and stuff. But, yeah, there is still a part of me that was like, that was way too easy to figure out. And I think that's probably, again, due to the fact that I know they did have struggles when they first were like, we're just going to kill off Shiro in the second season. And they said something about DreamWorks having a problem with that, but after everything I've heard about what's happened with drama, I don't know anymore, like, whose fault that was. Like, because I feel like DreamWorks, because they said that DreamWorks were concerned about selling toys, but I never felt like that's what DreamWorks, like, because the toys for Voltron, we didn't get a lot of them. Like, we had the lions, we had the ones where you could combine and make Voltron, and then obviously we had the action figures, everyone, that looked not so great. So I didn't really feel like DreamWorks was that fussed about toys, because again, there wasn't a lot of toys of Shiro. So yeah, honestly, it's one of these things where it was a he said, she said kind of thing. We'll probably never know what exactly happened, but yeah. Anyways, so the next theory is basically, this is me trying to figure out where the real Shiro is. But we all know, obviously, real Shiro dead. He's so dead. But yeah, this one, again, Voltron Fairy, where is Shiro and how is he going to be found? It got 4 likes, which is not too bad, and over 300 views, which again, is still pretty good. But anyways.
Now I'm sure you're all wondering, why do I want to talk about Paige? What's she got to do with knowing about where the real Shiro is? My answer is everything. She is the key on finding the real Shiro. So, if you watch the trailer I linked down below, you'll notice that this trailer has a lot of Paige in it, and for good reason. Now, we know from episode 1 of season 3 that Paige is still looking for her brother Matt, and that she is using something to track where Matt may possibly be. So, in this trailer, we see that Paige has gone up on her own to find Matt. So, we see in this trailer that she's on a planet that we haven't really seen before, and she's in her green lion, but no other paladins are with her. And again, we see her in a clone.
Ah, okay, yeah. Like, I was convinced that, like, Paige was the key of finding Shiro, but no! Jesus, I was wrong. Just, again, because again, this was a trailer that was shown in Korea, so obviously we didn't really get much, like, other stuff, but yeah,
Trying to hide her armor. And again, we're looking forward to seeing. Also, when they have that reunion scene with each other, I will most likely cry. But
Yeah, girl, you cried. You cried so bad when they freaking reunited. You still cry when you watch that episode because it's so damn beautiful. But that's besides the point.
anyways, I'm sure you are wondering, why am I talking about this? I mean, we don't even see Shiro in this trailer. I would like to present this to you guys. You remember?
Ah, yes. God, like this evidence. Because I clearly don't understand how animation works. This was obviously the episode with Paige, was obviously in season 4, and this screenshot, if I remember correctly, was in season 5, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it should have been in season 5. So yeah, it wasn't until like, or maybe it was season 6? Could have been season 6. I'm trying to remember. Again, editor Katie will probably. But yeah, editor Kitty will probably tell you down below if I've got it right, if it's season 5 or 6. But yeah, Jesus.
This picture that we got of mere months before season 3.
Also again,
As you can see, that's Matt and Shiro fighting alongside each other. Now, of course, we don't see if this is the real Shiro or not, as his helmet is on, but I do believe this is the real Shiro.
no girl, no it's not. It's still Corone.
And that whole thing going on. Now, I don't know what they're planning to do with Corone if you end up being good and end up sacrificing yourself for the real.
Okay, I will say, when it came to Corone, like, honestly, like, there was so much potential they could have done with Corone. And I think it's because they held way too long on the whole clone thing for many seasons. Like, obviously, I think, yeah, it came to a point where it was season 6, obviously, when, like, Corone was finally found out, but it should have been at least maybe season 5, maybe, yeah. Just, it went too long, and I mean, they could have done so many things with Corone. So many things. Like, there's so many things that they like. Again, the only thing he really kind of messed up was obviously, you know, having Keith like leave, but Keith kind of left on his own accord. Like that didn't really have much to do with Corone, but Corone could have easily like made things so much like there could have been so many like arguments he could have started between the paladins without people realizing he's the one that did it. But again, they're like you have a clone of this person who is under the control of Hagar, and they're like I know obviously there's the whole planet thing, like when they were about to on this planet that was literally about to explode, but then that was kind of it. Like I felt like really Hagar, you didn't think to maybe think of other plans to have Voltron in danger and have it that, you know, Corone is the reason it happens, but still not make it suspicious. Like again, I think again that was one of my problems with the show Voltron. They had so many great potential things, but it just didn't follow through. Sorry, this has basically turned into a video of what Katie found wrong with Voltron. But anyways, he basically did kind of just turn into a mindless zombie at the end. I was so hopeful that Shiro was still alive, but nope, he was not. Honestly, I would have liked it better if Matt was with them, but what you gonna do? But and now we're on to the last theory video that I did. That was kind of a bunch of little theories together in one video, and this video is called "Let's Talk About Lance Theories." And my god, yikes, like this video blew up quite a bit. Like it's like I think I had a wee look actually, and it's like my second most viewed video, and for ages I was like, why out of all my videos is the one where I just randomly talk about Lance for like 6 minutes so popular? But then I realized, oh wait, people are very thirsty for Lance. And there's a lot of Lance stands and everything. And I was like, you know what, same. But yeah, like, yeah, so this video will be interesting. Because again, I haven't really watched any of these videos for quite a while. So, yeah. So yeah, it did pretty well. I had like 115 likes on it. So, yeah, let's have a wee look and see what did I think for our future, for our boy Lance. And will this prove that maybe I should have written Lance's character? Who knows? We'll see.
Hey, it's me. Oh wow, Katie appeared and...
Wow, I liked using that background for these kind of videos a lot, didn't I? I never thought to once change it up a bit. No, I didn't for some weird reason.
Today for you, we're talking about Voltron. Again. Okay, so...
Like, even I knew how ridiculous it was getting about how many videos I made about Voltron back in the day. Like, yikes.
I was going to post a non-Voltron video this week, but then I looked at my calendar and realized Voltron Season 4 is only a few days away, so here we are. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about Lance. Now, why do I want to talk about him? I mean, I've already made a video about his character study, so why? Well, the reason
Oh yeah, I made a character study about Lance, and I was planning on doing a character study for everybody else, but I ended up never doing that. Tell me down below in the comments if you actually want me to do it now, or you're not that really bothered about the character study. But anyways, on with the video.
that I thought would be interesting to talk about and just give my thoughts on the theories. So let's talk about Lance mind control theory. Now, here is the lowdown. So
Oh boy, this is about to get interesting.
the theory goes, bringing Lance over to his side. Most likely, Luthor would figure out that Lance is Keith's right-hand man. So he knows that Keith would not want to hurt Lance at all. I mean, none of the Paladins would. Also, it would break up Voltron since they can't.
Also, like, I liked how, like, I'll say like the picture that I used for Lance here, like I photoshopped like red eyes onto him to, you know, have that effect that he was being mind controlled. I mean, you can't really tell in this video. Like, it kind of just looks like his eyes are brown, even though obviously his eyes are blue, but yikes.
So if you remember, one Voltron's generals can control people. So it's not going to be hard to do. But again, we don't know exactly how this power works.
And we still don't know how this frickin' power works. Okay. So, you remember all Narty? Remember that girl? Yes, you know, the one that, you know, was blind, was one of Lotor's generals. Like, yeah, she had so much potential as a character. And then they were like, lol, no, we're just gonna kill her off in season 4. And it's like, really? 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 Like, again, like the whole thing about her is that she can control people. Like, she has the power of mind control, and they never fought to use it on like someone important. Like, we only really got to see it when she used it on that guy to obviously alert Voltron that they were being attacked and try and lure them in. And it's like, they could have easily of like mind controlled one of the paladins and have them. I don't know if it's because they had the whole Shiro clone thing going on, so they didn't want to do that. But I mean, Lothar still could have done something like that. But Narty was such a waste. Like, she shouldn't have died so quickly. Like, we could have at least seen exactly how her powers properly work. Like, does she always need to be nearby the person? Or can she just mind control them there? And yeah,
Being a good guy turned bad from brainwashing or corruption. It's just always been an interesting storyline to me. And honestly, I don't know why I like it, I just do.
yeah, pretty much nothing has changed. Oh wait, I didn't really see when I uploaded this. When did I upload this? Oh, 11th of October in 2013. So pretty much all my theories were 2 years ago. Anywho. So yeah, again, as I stated, I still like that concept of an idea of a good guy turning evil, either being corrupted or being brainwashed. I always kind of like the idea of that dynamic, like what would come out of it and stuff. Especially, I like it when it's characters maybe you wouldn't exactly expect for it to happen to, or just characters like. Or just like, for me, I felt like Lance would have been more likely to be mind controlled because they usually go for the people who are, you know, the most insecure about their roles and stuff. It's, you know, people who feel like they're left out, and that's why they're much more easier to obviously take control of. So yeah, it's always like one of these things that I found really interesting, and it would have been really good. Like, then we could have definitely had that fight scene with Keith and Lance that everybody was wanting, but whatever.
But to be honest, this time around, I'm not feeling it. I don't want to see the paladins fight each other. I mean, unless it's for training. I don't want to see Lance turn bad. Mainly because the boy's been through enough as it is.
Okay, yeah. I just realized that I forgot. It would have been interesting, but I didn't want people to start fighting. But then I kind of lied to myself because I kind of did want to see that. Like, I kind of really did. I don't know why I didn't say it in the video, but I definitely actually, there was a part of me that was like, you know what? That would have been interesting. But yeah.
So I'm hoping this theory's not true.
Well, I mean, you were right, Katie. This theory is not true, but it would have been hell of a more interesting if it was.
Okay, the next theory is Lance's death. I've seen this going around a lot, and that Lance is going to end up dead at some point. He's going to sacrifice himself to save someone, or all of his teammates.
Oh yeah, Lance did sacrifice himself. And he did die. But then Allura was like, yo, I'm gonna revive you. So, I mean, people were not wrong, but his death was just not permanent.
Because it's gonna somehow end up being his fault. So, I see where people are coming from when they talk about this theory. Also, there's the fact that Jeremy Shada, Lance's voice actor, joked about Lance dying before.
Ah, Jeremy. Always making those jokes about Lance. Oh, and did it land you in a lot of trouble?
But from what I hear, Jeremy likes to spoil things at times, or sometimes just likes to be a big troll. Either way, we don't know. Anyways, what do I think of this theory? Well, it holds up and makes a lot of sense. But something tells me they're not going to kill off Lance. It would be a really dumb move to do.
Well, I mean, they kind of did kill him off, but then brought him back to life anyway. So, I mean, like, the theory was correct. It's just, yeah.
I think they're just going to make us think Lance is dead, but in fact he just got badly injured protecting someone. Then he'll go into a Shiro and disappear on us, and then we'll all be like, where's Lance? So, that's my thoughts on these theories.
So, yeah, that was all the theories that I made for Voltron. Which, again, it was only 4 theories. But that's just, again, after a while, there was not just many other theories to go on. Like, for me anyways, no theories that, like, grabbed me and was like, I need to talk about this. I was going to make a video about when that theory came out that Lance was going to be the Black Paladin, but I think I didn't upload it because I knew a lot of people were going to be upset with me because my theory was that wasn't going to happen. But, yeah. So, yeah. Honestly, like, I realized there's not been a show that I've gotten, like, I've made a video about every single week like I did with Voltron. I don't know if it's just because at that point I don't want the same thing to happen to me that happened with Voltron, because I kind of feel like I burnt out on it. And I mean, I do have, like, new obsessions, like, I'm now more into the My Hero Academia fandom. But again, with that, I can't really make a lot of theories on that, because I'm not caught up with all the manga, so I can't, so most of my theories would probably be anime based, but then of course there may be that person that'd be like, actually Katie, that theory has been proven to be wrong or proven to be right. So yeah, I don't know, I would love to make more theory videos because they are so fun to make, they're fun to discuss, but I haven't really like, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying a lot of shows and I've seen theories, but there's just not theories that have grabbed me like those ones did. But yeah, there's parts of me that does miss that time in my life where basically, you know, where Voltron could do no wrong, but then they did wrong. But yeah, and again, there was a lot of times where I realized, yeah, they had so much potential and a lot of stuff that they're writing, but then they kind of just forgot about it. I'm not going to go deeply into the drama because I kind of know bits and pieces of what exactly happened, but I'm not going to go into it because I'm pretty sure most of the Voltron fandom have heard of it by now. But yeah, if any of you, I don't know, maybe if you guys know of any other shows you want me to watch that you are like, yo Katie, make a theory about that, then let me know. I will say I've been watching the new Fruits Basket anime, and I'm obviously not going to do theories on that because I know what happens at the end of the story. So obviously I'm not going to like be like, oh, this theory, because most likely, yeah, I'm not going to pretend that I made up this theory, even though I know exactly what's going to happen. But yeah. So yeah, if you guys have any shows you want to recommend that you think, or maybe a theory on a show that you want me to check out, let me know in the comments below. But anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe for more fandom content than you can shake a stick at. And